Hi. Question 1 says, what is your current level of comfort working with someone in the classroom? And as far as that goes, I think it's been going really well. My cooperating teacher even mentioned the other day that when she met me at the end of last semester that she felt that we clicked right off the bat, and so I'm glad that she feels the same way that I've been feeling. Question 2 says, what positive effects might the use of co-teaching have on your own personal teaching development? I think the easiest thing that I've been able to see while observing during the first couple weeks of school here is just the different styles that she has when teaching, and I've been able to be like, hey, I think that would be a really cool aspect or element to adopt in my own teaching. And then another thing, just opportunities to develop my confidence. Although there are areas that I feel that I'm pretty confident in, she just continues to say that the more that I'm able to individually work with or be in front of the students, the more comfortable that I'll be around them in my own teaching. Question 3 says, think about the 4 co-teaching approaches discussed. Which ones would be more appropriate to use during student teaching, and what steps might I take to implement them? The first one is supportive co-teaching, and I feel like even from day one, I've already kind of been doing that because it's where one teacher is the lead instructor, which has been my cooperating teacher, and then I've just kind of been able to be the person who walks around the room and is able to help students as they need help, or if they don't understand something, or if they have a question. And then the second one, parallel co-teaching. I think this last week here, the 3rd week of school that we've had, we've introduced our reading groups and our math groups to our students, and that's been an easy way for my cooperating teacher to pull back a group of students, and then she just lets me know, if you want, you can continue to walk around the room and help the other students. And another example of something that we've done is with our math enrichment students. We had them leave our classroom the other day and work outside in this area in our hallway and work together, and we just both kind of flip-flopped back and forth to check on them throughout our math hour. Next says, how might the implementation of one or more of these co-teaching methods positively impact the students we teach? I think there are a couple bullet points from the video that I felt went along with what's been going on in my classroom, and so one of them said being supportive, as well as just capitalizing on teachers' strengths. I think it's awesome that the students are able to see 2 adults be able to work together and support one another, and also know that there are areas that I feel that I have strengths in, and then there are areas that my cooperating teacher has strengths in, and where we have our weaknesses, we're able to kind of fill in each other's gaps. And so I think it's cool that the students are able to see that, hey, adults feel this way too, and that that's okay. And then also just learning from more than one person. Although I think it's important to have consistency in the classroom as far as someone's teaching, I also think it's super beneficial for students to be able to just learn from more than one personality, more than one way of thinking, and more one way of like an approach to someone's teaching. The next one says, how will you assist with classroom management? Again, with the first couple weeks here of school, I've just been really able to see and observe how my teacher and the other staff members within the school handle behavior situations. And so something that my teacher does, even though we're working with 2nd graders, she addresses situations immediately after they happen. Even small little things such as talking when they're not supposed to be talking. Which sounds kind of harsh, but she just reminds me that she does that because if we do that here at the beginning of the school year, by mid and the end of the school year, they'll have those expectations in place. And then also to just kind of more higher situations, I've been able to see how they pull students aside and then process with the students. a lot of times they don't really have like a punishment in place, but more so they ask them questions about like, why did you act that way, or why did you react, the way that they did, and then they work out a plan of what they can do if a situation like that happens again. So it's been pretty cool to see how they handle such situations. And then the last one says, what challenges might you encounter as you attempt co-teaching both now and when you are in the classroom? I think one right off the bat is just differences in opinion as far as teaching a lesson or unit. And then also, again, with kind of the behavior situations, if one hasn't really seen how someone handles it, they might not think that a certain situation should be handled the same way as someone else would. And so those two are kind of just things off the top of my head that came to mind as far as challenges. So these are just kind of my responses here to the collaboration and co-teaching presentation and discussion board. Thanks.